loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about glamour magic a little bit because I got a couple of questions asking to dive in a little bit more on glamour magic when it comes to fragrance and when it comes to music and the different ways that glamour magic can be used, and kind of explaining it. So that's what we're going to be covering today. As you guys know, one of the reasons why I haven't been posting as much is because I'm currently recovering, especially for my voice. I'm waiting for it to come into full like back fruition so I can actually go back to doing the lives, but my voice is still not fully there, so I'm waiting for that to happen so I can like come back to fully making videos pretty much all the time. So be patient with me. I'm sorry for those who are not like a little bit like waiting for me to post, but I'm like, I haven't been posting as much, so I apologize because I know you guys know I have like a whole routine. I'm just waiting for my voice to like fully come back, but it's still in recovery mode. But with that being said, we're going to do a very quick short video on glamour magic and some of the ways that you can use it with and understanding. It's mainly about understanding glamour magic, because I feel like a lot of the time when people think of glamour magic, they go to like makeup, they go to siren kind of energy. They also jump into the spiritual aspects of it, where they think that they have to be almost like in their Lilith kind of aspects, like tapping into more of their more sensual or shadow side. But the truth is that you can work glamour magic in subtle ways. You can work glamour magic for different things. It really comes down to what's the purpose of the glamour is. So we'll start, at the beginning, quick facts. So glamour magic is ruled by Pisces, Neptunian energy. Why? Because Pisces not only rules glamour, it also rules illusions, and a glamour is an illusion. Now, just because it's an illusion, and an illusion is literally a lie, does not mean that it's automatically like a bad like you're trying to be something that you're not. Glamour magic can help you not only build self-esteem, build strength. It can also help you like quantum jump into like a whole different space. It can help you like be more in alignment to your inner child or your higher self. It can help you feel very empowered. So like, for example, if you're like a very shy person naturally and you start using glamour magic to kind of as a tool to help you be a little bolder, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to always be shy in your life. So it's a lie that you're using glamour magic to try to be this other thing. Is that you're just trying to embody that other like more like empowered version of yourself, and that's totally fine. So it is a way of empowering yourself. It is a way of elevating yourself, grounding yourself. It is a way of also expressing yourself in the way that you want to be perceived. This is the key part here, the way that you want to be perceived. When you're doing glamour magic, you are working with your first house. You are manipulating your first house energies, because your first house is how you are perceived in the world. So keep in mind, when working glamour magic, you're going to want to look at what your first house is, because it will kind of dictate how you can work with it when it comes to glamour. Some signs lean a little bit easier when it comes to glamour magic and doing glamour magic workings. When their first house is in a water sign, a fire sign. You could say air signs too, but earth is probably a little bit of the harder ones to do glamours for. Like, not like if you're an earth rising, like it's harder for you to do them. It's more that it's easier for someone who's a water rising sign. Way easier for you to manipulate your exterior energy than someone who's an earth sign, because there's more grounding and responsibility that is perceived. So it's harder for you to sometimes manipulate that. You can, but it's just a little you got to be good at at doing your glamours and understanding your own energy and how you're embodying your first house energies, and then taking the elements that you want to project and work with to actually work with it. So when it comes to glamour magic, understanding glamour magic, we're going to use two examples. We're going to use music and we're going to use fragrance. Two of my favorite ones, because a lot of people look at glamour magic and they jump into makeup, they jump into like this siren kind of energy, but it's about manipulating your exterior energies, manipulating your aura, your auric field, how you attract, how you repel, because you can use glamour magic to also repel things. There's a reason, like for example, when it comes to fragrances, I just got this one today. My wife bought it for me. It's the Harem El Sultan, which went viral on TikTok. I am obsessed with it. It smells so good, but it's such a like spring sexy fragrance. I'm like in love with it. So I'm having it charged on my Haru altar. This is an Arabian perfume, by the way. I'm having it charged on her altar because obviously she's also very connected to perfumes. So that way she can bless it for me. But when it comes to fragrances and working with fragrances, when it comes to glamour magic, this is one of the basic, easiest ways, more than makeup, honestly, that you can work with glamour magic fragrances. Why? Because I want you to think of when, like I always say, bring it back to nature. If you're trying to understand something spiritually, like a tool that is used, like fragrances are thought of, you know, oh, if you use a fragrance, it's like it's alcohol based, it's not natural. But the reality is that whether you're using a fragrance that has alcohol based or oil based, this is an oil-based fragrance. Oil-based fragrances are very ancient. We humans, we've been infusing herbs and oils and actually making fragrances for a really, really, really long time. So this is like nothing new. What fragrances does to your body and to your auric field is that you are adding and incorporating the scent, the element, the essence of the herbs that are being used and extracted into your auric field. So not only are you adding those powers and abilities into your auric field, but because it exudes, right? It exudes a scent. You're tapping into this specific scent, right? You're tapping into this as to attract. I want you to think of food, like when you're walking by a bakery or when you're walking by like a restaurant outside, you just like, it hits you and you're like, oh my God, I'm craving it now. I want a pizza. I want a piece of bread. I want a bagel. I want some, like the second you just smell it, your senses are like drawing you in. That's literally glamour magic. Like you can say cooking is also part of glamour magic, but that's a whole nother thing for another day. If you wanted to use cooking as glamour magic, you definitely can. It's just you have to understand the senses that you're working with. So when it comes to fragrance, you're working with the notes that are in the fragrances themselves. And each fragrances are going to have like a different vibe, different feel. There's obviously like classier fragrances, fresh fragrances, like out of the shower fragrances. There's musky fragrances. Like depending on what you're wearing, you can activate it and work with it to attract, to expand. Like there's a reason why when you're like feeling down and you want to feel like a little bit better, or like let's say you've been like kind of in a rut and you're not really wanting to do anything, like it said, oh, put some fragrance on, and automatically it just changes your mood. It changes your, like you might like feel like, I don't know, doing something or going out or whatever. Like just the scent can literally change your mood. Same like walking by a bakery and being like, oh my God, I want a piece of bread, or I want a pizza, or whatever it is. It's kind of like that. Like fragrances are very powerful when it comes to glamour magic, and it is this illusion of intoxication, right? You're being drawn in, you're magnetizing, you're being pulled in. And so it is very powerful when it comes to attracting folks to your auric field. I want you to think of like a flower, or like, especially like think of flowers. Like if you were just to see it in nature, it would literally be, you know, the colors that draw you into the flower, that draw you in closer. Like there's some flowers that have thorns, that have different things that could be poisonous, but they draw you in with the color. They magnetize you in with the color. You're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Look at the way it falls over, the way it ever. But what are the properties of the flower? It's already drawing you in. It naturally already does that in nature. Now, when it comes to nature itself, you see the way scents are used in nature when it comes to animals hunting, because most animals they have to hunt in order to eat and survive. And they use their senses, especially their nose. This is why a lot of different animals have a really powerful nose in order for them to kind of look for their, you know, their meal, their prey. And so they hunt. So when it comes to fragrances, if you're trying to manifest something, you're trying to attract something to you, you have to help it find you, right? And so fragrances help amplify your energy. It adds that extra layer to your aura, and it helps with magnetizing what it is that you want. But you can also do, you know, certain things, certain scents also help repel things. Like, this is why garlic are associated with vampires, because they repel vampires. That includes working with garlic when it comes to energy vampires. This is why it is said to hang you know, some garlic in your home, like within the kitchen, or in certain parts of the house, specifically to repel negative energies, because it's the scent. So when it comes to glamour magic is not just like, oh, we're gonna look cute, we're gonna put makeup on. It's literally a layered practice. It's very complex, and it has a lot of layers. Now, when it comes to music, glamour magic through music is something that everybody does. Everybody does, so most people don't really know how to do it properly. But honestly, it's listening to music itself can literally change your mood right away. And that's how you know the glamour is happening. Your mood is being changed, whether it's the beat of the drum, whether it's a guitar, whether it's the electric, whether it's the acoustic, whatever it is. It literally can change your whole mood. There's literally, think of things that you've gone through within your life. Think of like a breakup that you've had or whatever. And what was the album that helped you get through that? You probably have one, because again, it's Piscean energies, glamour energy. When it comes to music, the whole creative kind of world, music, art, theater, singing, all the things, that is literally Piscean energy. That's Neptunian energy. That state of creation and reflection, because you're reflecting, you're listening to things that are being reflected on, and that's how you're processing that. That is a state of creation, and that's a state of reflection. And we're all, anytime we're listening to music, we're reflecting, but we're also connecting to art. And the words that are being chosen, the beat, the drum, they can heal us. They can really also empower us. We can feel, this is why when you go to the gym, you have a whole gym playlist, right? Because it gets you pumping. That's literally glamour magic. It's just that people don't really understand it. You can use music, including the lyrics. You can use certain lyrics for spell work. You can use certain lyrics to empower yourself, to attract. You can combine different things with glamour magic. Obviously, you can combine fragrance with like your music ritual, and then focus on doing some attraction work while you're, you know, getting ready. All of that kind of stuff, like amping yourself up, helps to prepare you. You are the vessel for that spell, because you're the one exuding that energy. And so music can help you get over things. It can help you heal. It can help you process. And it can help you also empower yourself and grow, and also realize a lot of things. It's a state of within your auric field, the things that you're listening to, the things that you are like feeling very drawn in you know, almost in a repetitive cycle. Like, it just helps to empower you. And ultimately, that kind of state of being in that creative, you know, world also helps to amplify your aura, because when what you're listening to, the way you're feeling about it, how it makes you feel, how you're kind of sitting within that energy, it adds to your auric field, and it adds to how you move in the world. Because there's certain songs that it might make you feel very empowered, might make you want to do certain things, or feeling more confident, or even feeling more emotional, like you need to cry, you just need to release it. And that's part of glamour magic. Glamour magic is a very subtle but powerful, potent practice, and it can change your world. It can literally change and help you evolve and help you ground within your practice. I highly recommend everybody practice glamour magic. It's definitely a skill, but don't limit yourself to what you think it is. It's never as small as you think it is. It's never just like, people think of like healing work, for example. It's just like, oh yeah, I guess I have some stuff that I just have to let go. No, healing is a lot. Healing is like a multi-dimensional journey. There's past life healing, there's ancestral healing, there's love healing, there's financial healing, there's so much type of healing, there's energetic healing. there's so much stuff in healing you. You can't just think of it as one way. So don't think of glamour magic as just being one thing, because it's not. It's very multi-dimensional. You can use it in so many different ways. And it's not about manipulating. People usually, when they think of glamour magic, they think of you're trying to manipulate someone to want you or love you or be attracted to you. You could literally just empower yourself and magnetize others without having the intention to try to dominate people. Like, a lot of people try to connect glamour magic immediately to domination work, but it doesn't have to be that way. Again, it's more subtle. It is more flexible. It is more mutable because of that Piscean energy. It really depends on how you work on it. You could do it you can use it for domination work. Of course you can, but you also don't have to. So it's really up to you how you want to work with it. But yeah, I hope that this video helped to clarify how to work with glamour magic a little bit more, to give you guys a little bit of a deeper understanding on glamour magic. Glamour magic is a really fun tool to work with, and a really fun tool to master within your spiritual practice. So I highly recommend everybody learn how to do it for real. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for being here and all the support and all the love and everything. I will try to do a live as soon as my voice fully recovers, but thank you guys for understanding, because I really appreciate you guys. Anyway, I will see you on the next video.